Welcome to a new kind of video, guys. Today I'm just showing off my Pokemon TCG deck. As you guys know, I'm a huge TCG fan. I play Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's pretty much it. As you may or may not know, Standard just got rotated on the 7th, so a lot of great cards are no longer Standard legal. In this video, I'm showing off my post-rotation deck. Werewolves are some of my most absolute favorite creatures. I love everything about them. They're huge, powerful, fast, and just fucking deadly monsters. Today I'm showing off a deck I call Lycanthropes. It's mainly a fighting deck list with a few supporters. My attackers are Lycanroc GX and Lucario GX mostly. I play super aggressive with these two, and my support Pokemon make them hit just that much harder. I use Zoroark GX also as an attacker if need be, but mainly I use Zoroark for draw power. Let's get right into it, guys. First off, I'm going to start off with some of my monsters. Obviously, I've got Zorua. I've got 3 copies of Zorua to go into my Zoroark. I have 3 copies of Zoroark as well. Next up, I've got Riolu. I have 2 copies of Riolu, who evolves into Lucario GX. I have 2 copies of Lucario GX as well. Next up, I've got Rockruff. I have 3 Rockruffs, 2 different Rockruffs. I have the surprise attack one, and I have the corner. You just use them in different situations, you know what I mean? And I have 3 different Lycanrocs. I'm rocking that beautiful one, and then I have 2 copies of these. Next up are my supporters. I have DNC Prism. She makes all my other fighting type Pokemon do an additional 20 damage, which is ridiculous. You know, you don't ever attack with her, you just use her for the support. Next up, I've got 2 copies of Tapu Lele. Beautiful card. What I do with her is, you know, you can search out any supporter you want. It's really situational. Beautiful card. Also could be used as a really good attacker. My tech card is Mewtwo. There's a lot of fighting type decks running around. You know, I could go against a mirror of my deck, or I can go against a Buzzwole deck. He's specifically for Buzzwole because Buzzwole is weak against fighting. And, you know, he's a really good counter to Buzzwole. He can either one-shot him or 2-shot him if Buzzwole doesn't have that much energy. Next up are my supporters. I'm running 4 copies of Cynthia. I'm running 3 copies of Guzma. One copy of Mallow, which is combos great with Zoroark. You know, you draw Mallow, you get to choose any 2 cards you want to put on the top of your deck, and then you use Zoroark's ability trade. You trade in one card from your hand and draw 2 cards, so you draw those 2 specific cards you want from your deck. It combos beautiful. Next up, I got my 1 healer card is Acerola. If your Pokemon's about to be dead and has a bunch of damage counters on it, you can just pick it all up, including all the energy, and it goes straight into your hand. It's beautiful. Next up are my items. I've got a couple balls. I've got 2 timer balls. Flip 2 coins and I get to get however many heads I get of evolutions. So this is for when I'm looking for my Zoroarks, or, you know, my Lucario GXs, or my Lycanroc GXs. Next up, I've got 2 nest balls. Nest balls are the exact opposite. Basically, if I have a bunch of my evolved Pokemon, but I don't have any of the basics, these let me get a basic Pokemon and put it onto my bench directly. I have 2 of those. Next up, I'm running 2 field blowers, just to get rid of all their items, or, you know, a stadium that's bothering me. Speaking of them, here's my stadium. I'm running 2 copies of Brooklet Hill. It lets me search for a basic fighting type Pokemon, which I could get my DNC Prism, I could get my Rockruffs, or my Riolus. Next up, I'm running 1 Rescue Stretcher to get some of my Pokemon back from the graveyard. Next up, I've got 3 copies of Energy Lodo. What this does is you get to look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you get to find an energy card you put there in your hand. So you can... I use this mainly to get my special energy. You know, really situational. It helps so much. Next up, I've got bodybuilding dumbbells. I'm running 1 copy of this because it increases one of my Pokemon by 40 HP. So I mean, this is more for, what I use this for is I have a huge Pokemon that is mostly just to sit there and tank hits while I'm setting up my other Pokemon on my bench. Next up, I'm running 4 copies of Choice Band. I do 30 more damage to other GXs. And then my energy, which I'm running 4 copies of Double Colorless. Pretty standard stuff. And then I'm running, you know, just the rest of Fighting Energy. I'm super, super sad because... Where'd it just go? Super, super sad because this is my all-time favorite energy. It actually just rotated. But you attach this to a fighting type Pokemon and it does 20 more damage. So yeah, super, super sad, but that's okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching, checking out this video. This is a new kind of video I'm going to be doing, you know, it might be a new series. I might show off my badass Yu-Gi-Oh deck, my badass Magic decks, I don't know. Depends on how this one's received, honestly, but like I said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.